Hello, everybody. What is going on? It's Simulated Twig, and we are back with another update for Icarus. It is week 126. This week is the Project Clinic. We have a ton of improvements for Laika and brand new content. This is a pretty lengthy one, a lot of words. Basically, they're talking about Laika was a great launch. We streamed it last Friday. We are going to be streaming it again tonight, probably sometime around like 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. It was a lot of fun, a lot of new mechanics. I really enjoyed the animals. The chickens kept escaping, so something with the pathing is up. But overall, I didn't have any issues with the new update. But they say here that they've embarked on a project clinic that started last week with their steering a lot of changes that you're going to start seeing in future content that they're planning. Project Clinic essentially it looks like it's when they're going to jump in and experience the same frustrations that we do, because every single week they open up the experimental branch so that all of us can test out the changes that are coming in the beta branch before it gets pushed into production. It's like this week they're starting to look at that themselves, and like they say, the downsides can be extensive. It can be disorienting for the project and also tend to disrupt the usual process for things, but occasionally it can be healthy. And I think this shows that it's going to be healthy. And then they go on to talk about one of their other project stationeers that regularly does these project clinics. I haven't checked out this one before, but maybe we take a look at this. This looks pretty cool. But without further ado, this week's summary of Laika fixes. It was a smash hit. They loved all the feedback, and here's a brief summary of the performance issues. Snow wolves now spawn correctly in snare traps in Arctic biomes. I don't know what that means by spawning in snare traps, because we tried the snare trap and we just had to place it near a wolf. Maybe it's saying that like a wolf would spawn there. Fixed a bug where the mount NPC movement was stuttering for clients when accelerating. We definitely experienced that. I remember when we got on that horse and we started running last week, I said that I felt like it looked very weird. So I'm interested to see if that's what they're talking about. When leading an animal with a rope, they will no longer follow at a much closer distance than before. You can no longer constantly shear sheep for the unlimited XP exploit. Didn't know I could do that. Missed out. Fixed issues displaying players' available talent points and their level in the menu. Cats on the planet now keep their original color when respawned or brought down from space. Fixed an issue where mounts that came down from space could get stuck and be unable to move. That would be unfortunate. Changed the UX of mount behavior selection screen, removing toggle buttons in favor of radio buttons and checkboxes. Mounts will no longer teleport to their owner if they are being ridden at that time. That's nice. Tames now clear their combat target if they are teleported mid-fight. Fixed an issue where tames would not attack neutral creatures such as komodos. Fixed an issue with mount modifiers not displayed correctly when ridden. Fixed an issue with dog-wolf combat where they would sometimes freeze if you killed their target before they could. Well, that sounds bad. Updated mount interaction so it's easier to see in creatures' current state. And lowered the bestiary point requirement on creatures exclusively ordered from orbit. Perfect. Now, improving L-slot player lighting. This is a summary of highlights. They've done a pass on the player lights when socketed. They had some very odd behaviors, such as offsetting the player light. We have more improvements in store, especially when it comes to interaction. We've added a new Arctic MOA, which is all white. It spawns on all maps in Arctic zones and comes with its own juvenile. Okay. Medicines and modifiers. Some of these changes might be a bit spicy for some users. However, the game is a survival game, and our intention is to give you the sense of challenge and accomplishment. Many of our medical debuffs have had their duration increased. Broken legs, for example, have become a debuff that requires healing. You can no longer wait it out. Oh, well, that's bad for us because we always be breaking our legs. To balance this, splints have become easier to craft and level from early game medicines. Some of these debuffs have also been nerfed in their impact on the player to compensate for increased duration. In addition, we've added a new Tier 3 medicine bench that serves as an intermediary between the herbalism and chemistry benches. This bench fits aesthetically with the existing benches. It can snap to the rest of the kitchen benches, and all medicines that were present on the kitchen bench have been shifted over. Okay. We've also had a brand new healing items in the health recovery concoction at T1 and the health recovery elixir at Tier 3. Okay. There was also some small but much needed changes to the way you heal your mounts and pets. Dirt, sand, and foundations. In this update, we added the ability to use a shovel to dig up dirt and sand. When digging various areas in the terrain, dirt can be used to craft 2 new building pieces, a foundation and a ramp. Both craftable on the player. These new buildings can only be placed on terrain or they will instantly break. Okay. Sand is another resource. Sand can be used as an alternate to silica when crafting glass in a furnace. That's interesting. Don't worry, you can still dig mounds in the ground using right click, but you can also craft and place the dirt. Stone cairns can be placed where you can customize the text and description so other prospectors can see on their travels in your world. You can use this as waypoints to mark a path. I like that. Kitchen corners. As it's likely been apparent to players of Icarus for a long time, we were missing kitchen corners. That is a fact. There was no corner piece for kitchens. The advantage of Project Clinic is the ability to push through fast solutions to clear problems, cutting through the bureaucracy that typically exists. So we finally have a simple, brand new deployable for both the kitchen and marble benches to allow you to make corners, curves, and U shapes with your kitchen set. Ooh. Okay. All right, we're going to be putting that in. Wood stove. The existing pot steadily stove was not a good travel heat source. No, it wasn't. So now I've added a wood stove. General changes, additions, and balances. There's a lot more. 4 new electrical lights. Ooh. And a lot more, including a host of fixes. Okay. Next week, more Laika fixes. Let's see, just kind of more fixes, more bug fixes. Solution to late game hitching in open world. In open world games, over time, voxel loading can cause hitching as you move around the map. This happens regardless of what setting you have. If the voxels are not being completely cleaned up, it's impossible to clean up some voxels completely. Okay, so yeah, we have noticed that as well. But that is it. Let's just take a peek at future content. I don't know what any of that means. New content. Like here's, we're gonna scroll through. You can pause and check. Oh, let's look at these though. Concussion and contusion at 1800 seconds, 30 minutes. 30 minutes for festering wound, 30 minutes for infected. Dysentery now lasts 600 seconds. Oh my god. It's a lot. But we are gonna, like I said, we are gonna be playing again tonight between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern. So we're gonna be doing more of the Laika update exploring. We are also tonight, the plan is also to unlock and start tinkering with electricity. We're going to put down some solar panels, some wind turbines, maybe some water generators. I want to check out how they fixed the wall lights and ceiling lights, because last week or the week before they said that that was one of the bug fixes they did, where they changed how that works. So I want to check that out, and we will get some of these kitchen benches down and see how that works as well. But if you can't wait to see more, don't forget to tune into the stream tonight. It's going to be around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. You can subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and you will get notified when we go live. You can also join the Discord. We'll have a link to that down below. We post when we go live and when new videos come up. And if you can't wait to see more, I hope we see you there tonight. But as always, I will catch you next time.